Think about everything your taste buds do for you. Then reward them by switching to Bud Light Seltzer.
One more sip! One more sip!
Welcome to another edition of Texas Monthly's summer session of our Sound Check series, brought to you by our friends at Bud Light Seltzer. We've been inviting a bunch of our favorite musicians from across the state to perform in their backyards. This is where we are right now in terms of live music, but we're grateful that Charley Crockett agreed to be part of our series. He's got a new album. It's called Welcome to the Hard Times. We're going to talk about those hard times in just a few moments. But first, Charley, let's get some music, and then you and I will talk a little.
Okay, let me hit it for you, brother. This little ditty right here is called Painted Blue. Thank y'all for having me. They say there's a price on my head, and that I'm better off dead. But that sheriff better keep this in mind. I'll sure be hard to find. I give up so much of me. I should probably be charging a fee. You say that you don't like me and I'm wrong. Well, I bet you're gonna love the way I'm gone. I ain't too concerned with my name, 'cause I know it won't be on my grave. But I ain't gonna hang my head down and cry, 'cause I know where I'm going when I die. Yes, I do. The bright lights shining in this city remind me of the time when she was with me. It's the same old feeling, nothing new. So I'm fixing to paint it blue. I might be down in Texas after a while, or Louisiana in style. But I tell you what I'm really about to do. I'm fixing to paint it blue. Yes, I'm fixing to paint it blue. And I'm fixing to paint it blue. I'm fixing to paint it blue. Lord, I'm fixing to paint it blue. There it is, painted blue.
Charley Crockett on the summer season of Texas Monthly's Sound Check sessions, brought to you by our friends at Bud Light Seltzer. So the record is called Welcome to the Hard Times. This record was written and recorded in the old times, pre-pandemic. What surprised you the most so far about how well or not well you've taken to quarantine as a guy who's so often your whole life been on the move?
Well, it's kind of like being back to the hobo days with just the hard times and none of the street money. That's partially what it feels like. I'm used to playing 5 or 6 nights a week. I'm not alone in that. You know, I don't want to give you a sob story. I don't think any American's escaping the difficulty and struggle of 2020, and I just want folks to know that I feel for them, and I'm thinking about everybody, and I hope people are remembering the good times and the folks around them that love them, and we're gonna get on the other side of this thing, and as soon as they let me back out there, I'll be twice as good.
Have you found ways to keep yourself hopeful and forward thinking?
Yeah, I mean, I made this record, Welcome to Hard Times, and everybody wanted me to hold it back until next year, or a lot of people did, because of the pandemic. And I felt that if I waited to put it out, I would lose the energy and the interest I had in the record myself because of just the time that passed. And so instead of pushing it back, we decided to move it forward. And I've just always lived that way, you know. I mean, nothing I've ever done in my life or in my career has been anything to do with the way that things are set up for you to play, you know. And so some of the benefits of doing things this way is, instead of always relying on the live show to market my record, we've been able to put more time into making the music videos for the singles in a way that I've never been able to do before. And then also convincing my team to invest more money in actually pushing the record itself in you know, because we can't play shows. And that's resulted in a milestone for me in terms of a recording achievement. And with somebody with an unusual background like me, it kind of makes sense that I'd have so much success in a pandemic.
You were almost made for it. How much of that life in a trailer in South Texas, your earliest days, how much of that imprint is still on you?
I mean, those early days in the Rio Grande Valley, that's where I'm from. I was born in the same town as Freddie Fender in San Benito, but we didn't live there. That was just the closest hospital. We lived on Old Port Road in between the small towns of Los Fresnos and Bayview. And that's an agricultural community. And I've been described often as living in a trailer park, but it was simpler, more rural than a trailer park even. It was really just trailers scattered out in the grapefruit orchards and the cotton fields and the sugarcane along the resacas in there. And when you come from a place like that, you know, that I think is more and more rare in America in this century. I was born in the 80s, especially living so much of my life in transition. Things are always changing. I've spent a lot of time in trouble and with health issues and just always on the run, you know, not necessarily running from something, just running to stay alive. A lifestyle like that, you tend to rely on the places that you're from, and I think maybe that's everyone. But somebody like me, the Rio Grande Valley is such a unique place. It's like the Appalachia without the national reverence for its culture. You know, I think the culture is rich, if not richer, as other areas like the Delta or Appalachia, but it's less known about it. And it's a place that I live in my heart and in my mind. And the older I get and the further I go into the public world, the more I rely on the mesquite trees, the caliche driveways, the black alligators, the Latino culture, and just the general humidity and lifestyle of South Texas. It's who I am inside.
Well, you can hear that grit, you can hear that heart on Welcome to the Hard Times. And if we could ask you for one more song, that'd be terrific.
Oh, the pleasure's all mine, Brother Andy. Let me spin one for you. Well, that one was up tempo. Sad, but I hope you like sad songs because they're all sad on this record. I've been criticized for that, but that's why they're critics, and that's why I'm a country artist.
Nobody's criticizing you here today.
Oh, I didn't think you was. You know, I just got a big old chip on my shoulder, you know, let me just wipe that off. This one's called Blackjack County Chain, and I hope you like it. I was standing beside the road in Blackjack County, not knowing the sheriff paid a bounty for men like me who didn't have a penny to our name. So they locked my leg to 35 pounds of Blackjack County chain. And all we had to eat was bread and water, and each day we had to build that road a mile and a quarter. Black snake whip would cut our backs if some poor fool complained, and you couldn't fight back wearing 35 pounds of Blackjack County chain. And then one night when the sheriff was a-sleepin', we gathered all around him slowly creeping. Heaven help me to forget that night in the cold, cold rain, when we beat him to death with 35 pounds of Blackjack County chain. Now the whip marks have all healed, and I am thankful that there's nothing but these scars around my ankle. Most of all, I'm glad no man will be a slave again to a black snake whip and 35 pounds of Blackjack County chain. To a black snake whip and 35 pounds of Blackjack County chain. Blackjack County chain.
That's Charley Crockett. His album, Welcome to the Hard Times, is available wherever it is you stream or preferably buy music. We'll return soon with another edition of our Texas Monthly Summer Soundcheck series brought to you by our friends at Bud Light Seltzer. Our next edition will feature Sir Woman. You'll be able to watch that right here, wherever it is you found this one. Again, our thanks to Charley Crockett. And we'll be bringing you some of our favorite artists from across Texas, from their backyards, all the way through August 25th.